Origins is the most overrated map in the Zombies community. It is by far not the best map of all time. Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. Those are some bold statements. I'm not going to waste any time. I want to get into this discussion. Why Origins is not the best map ever made. Let me preface this by saying at the time when it was released, perhaps, yes, it was the best map ever made. I mean, 4 wonder weapons, a huge map, dynamic stuff, a whole bunch of extra things. Yes, I could totally see it being the best map of Black Ops 2 and the previous DLC seasons of Zombies, of Call of Duty Zombies. However, with the release of Black Ops 3, these mechanics that were introduced in Origins have been refined and perfected in Black Ops 3. Let's start with the biggest feature of Origins, arguably the staffs. The staffs are so amazing. The 4 wonder weapons, they're so awesome and powerful and amazing and fun, right? You are correct, but Der Eisendrache did them better. Let's take a look at building the staffs. Now, the actual steps of creating and upgrading the staffs, I actually really enjoy. I love building all of the staffs. I think they're all fun. I love upgrading all of the staffs. I think they're really simple. I think they're really fun, and I think they're really interesting. However, when I'm actually building it, when I'm actually upgrading it, man oh man is this tedious. And reason number 1 is because the map is too big and it has a very bad map flow. When you're just getting one staff, even if it's the ice staff or the wind staff, especially if it's those 2 staffs, you have to run around the entire map multiple times, once just to get the pieces, twice, well, you have to go in the mound to get the record, you have to go out to their specific portal to get that crystal, you have to go back to the mound to build it, you have to go back to the portal, back to the crazy place in order to upgrade the first step, then you have to go back, run around the overworld, then you have to go back to the mound, you have to shoot the crystal, you have to go back to the portal. You run around so many times when upgrading these staffs. It's so boring. I did a live stream where I got all of the staffs after they updated Origins for the first time on PC, and it took me 45 minutes on round 6 to get everything I could to get done with the staffs. 45 minutes on run round, just running around. It's ridiculous. It takes so long. The map flow is so bad in Origins. Everything is so far away. The mud is so slow. The portals are really bad that you have to have a record player every single time. If the portals just stay opened, that would have been great. Or even if you didn't have to build it in the mound, there are so many little touches that could have made this a lot less tedious than it actually is. Looking at Der Eisendrache, yes, you do have to run around the entire map. However, you have to run around the entire map 1 time per bow. There is never a time where you're going to the middle, back to the top, back to the middle, back around here, going all the way around like you do in Origins. No, Der Eisendrache, Shadows of Evil, Revelations, Zetsubo no freaking Shima has a better map flow than Origins does. Moving on. Talking about the staffs themselves, I was so hyped, I was so excited because I heard so many praises about these staffs, and man oh man, once I started going for high rounds with these staffs, I realized they suck. They suck compared to the bows. The bows are so much better. The fire bow, arguably the worst bow in Der Eisendrache, is as powerful, if not more powerful, than 3 out of the 4 major staffs upgraded. From my experience, the fire bow is more powerful than the fire staff, the wind staff, and the lightning staff. I did a live stream of Der Eisendrache. The Void Bow got me past round 50 easily. Arguably, one of the least popular bows got me into such a high round, and it was still freaking effective. That's not something I can say with all of the staffs, because at round 20, at round 30, these are starting to become ineffective, especially towards a whole horde. Having 4 elemental wonder weapons was fantastic in Origins. It was cool, it was different, but it was perfected in Der Eisendrache. Moving on to the Panzer. Now, the Panzer is a lot of give and take for me. Mechanically, I freaking love this boss. This is top 5 best bosses, or potentially top 5 best boss zombies we have. However, it is ruined by one thing, and that is the Panzer's health. Even after the update, it takes multiple KN-44's complete ammo stock just to kill the round 8 Panzer. That is unacceptable. That is unbalanced. Nobody likes the bullet sponges. Mechanically, you keep the Panzer away. He tries to claw at you. You take your shots carefully while you train him around your zombies. That's a beautiful mechanic, but you've ruined it because now I need a wonder weapon, a Boomhilda, a ray gun Mark II, or a staff in order just to take out the round 8 Panzer. But donuts, the staffs are part of the map. You're supposed to have it with the Panzer. I get it. But here's the thing. I don't like forcing people to build these staffs, which are tedious in the first place, just to take care of a boss zombie. Now, this is a sin that Der Eisendrache is also guilty of committing, because in Der Eisendrache, the Panzer, you need a double tap pack-a-punched shotgun. The only thing that's slightly better about that is you can get the KN-44 off of the wall and you don't need to build the staffs. And by staffs, I mean bows. The Panzer is fantastic. It's a great challenge, but you've ruined it by making me use a bow or a ray gun Mark II or a Boomhilda to take him out. Now it's time to talk about the generators. The generators are super bland. I mean, this is a mechanic we've seen repeated many times in Black Ops 3. We've seen it with Shadows of Evil with the Pack-a-Punch. We've seen it with Gorod Krovi with the Pack-a-Punch. We've seen it with Revelations with Power and Zetsubou no Shima with the Skull of Non-Sopway. Hitting X on a location and defending that location is something we zombie players are so used to. For me personally, I think it's boring, unimaginative, and bland. I don't necessarily dislike it, but I don't like it at the same time. It's not compelling to me. However, the thing that makes this specific Pack-a-Punch system bad is not the fact that it has 2 extra generators than Shadows of Evil and every other thing that I mentioned here, but it's the fact that the Templar Zombies come at round 10 and then 5 rounds after that, every 5 rounds, to turn off those generators. So if you need a perk, if you need to Pack-a-Punch after round 10 or whatever, you need to chase down these stupid zombies that turn off your generators, and it's so annoying. And the worst part is that it's not a challenge. It's really not a challenge because you obviously have a staff because you need one for the Panzer, so you just walk over to the generator and shoot them all with your staff. It's not challenging, it's not compelling, it's boring, it interrupts the pace of the game because you're trying to do your train at Gen 4, but then they come on Gen 1 or Gen 5 and you have to run all the way across the map just to stop them from taking your Pack-a-Punch or your Stamina Up or your Quick Revive. It's absolutely ridiculous and it's unrewarding and it slows down the pace of the game and it's unnecessary. When the monkeys come in Ascension, it's a challenge. There's some strategy in defending your perks and there's a reason behind it. However, here, there is no challenge. The strategy is go shoot him with your overpowered ice staff. It's not a case of get good donuts, it's a case of this is boring and tedious and why am I bothering? Which segues us right into the high rounds. The high rounds on this map are so boring and so just man. I mean, I am a high round player. I love getting to high round on some zombies. However, Origins is perhaps one of the worst maps to get high rounds on. The high round strategy, the best high round strategy, the most consistent high round strategy here in Black Ops 3 is to get Alchemical Antithesis, get a max ammo, get the ice staff upgraded, and shoot the ground. Whoop-de freaking do. Look at all the fun I'm having. Oh wait, I'm bored out of my mind. I hate camping. And you're thinking, well Donuts, why don't you just train? There's no good training spots. Every good training spot has a choke point or it has mud involved and it's just so monotonous and there's not even if you're capable of training, which you probably are, the train is not compact. It's not fast, it's slow, and it's tedious. Why don't you just train in the crazy place and sacrifice my staff, I want to build a staff. Why? Because the Panzer's overpowered. And then once I get to a high round, oh, there goes the Templar Zombies trying to take away all of my perks and all of my pack-a-punch. And oh my goodness, the high rounds on this map are so infuriatingly bad. I do have fun setting up on this map. It's a great map to get set up on, which I will touch on later, but once I'm at the point where I'm set up and I want to go for high rounds, it's just so annoying because I have to deal with Templar Zombies, I have to deal with Panzers every other round, and it's so ridiculously unfun. But let's talk about what I do like now. That's the majority of the stuff that I don't like, but let's talk about what I do like about Origins. Every time you play Origins, at least every time I play Origins, I get a little bit better at Origins. I don't think I'm bad at Origins. I got all the staffs upgraded. I've gotten to a decent round. It's like 40 something and I kind of just gave up after a bit. But every time I play it, I do things a little bit more efficiently. I get things done a little bit quicker and it's a little bit more rewarding, and that's really nice. And that's kind of with all of the Black Ops 3 maps though. Once you play it enough times, you get an understanding of what you need to do next, and there's a good learning curve, and it's a really smart learning curve as well. It's very rewarding, and moving forward from that, there's lots of things to do on this map. I mean, the zombie shield, the Maxis drone, yes, they're buildables, they're kind of boring, but it's stuff to do. The Maxis drone is fun to have. The free MG08, of course, is there as well, and the Thunder Fist, you know, killing zombies in a certain area. That's really fun. It progresses the rounds really quickly, and that's really nice. So those are the things that I do like about Origins, and the staffs, while underpowered they may be, they are super fun and rewarding to get. They are indeed fun. But the only thing is they're fun before round 30. So that's kind of my gripe with it. They are fun to get as well. I freaking love that lightning staff, man. That's like, you feel like Thor, man. It's awesome. Next thing was the atmosphere / environment. This is something that Jason Blundell got super right with Origins. One of the first times I was playing Origins, I first got the staff because it finally didn't. I was finally not a scrub at Origins and the Panzer didn't kill me. I got a staff and I was so happy I got a staff, and I was like on the tank, and then the robots were walking by, and it was just this moment of, I'm on a tank with an elemental staff, and these freaking huge robots are walking by, and then I looked up, and or whenever I guess you upgrade a staff, when you get the crystal and it shoots up to Argotha? No, when it shoots up to the crazy place, or from the crazy place, one of the two, there's just that cool little like wormhole thing in the top clouds. It's just a beautiful map. It's a beautiful atmosphere. It's visceral. You feel like you're in it. I love the weather. I love it when there's no weather. I love it when it's clear and it's not cloudy or foggy. It's a beautiful map. I also wanted to know, a lot of people like this map for the Easter egg, and for me personally, I think the Easter egg is great. I've seen lots of people do it. I haven't done it myself, but especially the end cutscene, it's so iconic and huge. I don't think it's fair to judge a map itself through the Easter egg, because the Easter egg varies quite a bit from the actual map itself. The Ascension Easter egg is so different from the Ascension map. The Shangri-La Easter egg is very different than how you play Shangri-La. I'm a high round guy, I'm a gameplay guy, I love relaxing, playing some maps, and unfortunately Origins doesn't have that, but it does have a good Easter egg, so that is definitely something to take note of. And so that kind of wraps up my thoughts on Origins, but I did want to there's a good anecdote here to be said. I believe it was Rad Austin who went to Treyarch during Zombie Chronicles, and a developer asked him what he thought was the best map they have ever made, and Rad Austin, I believe, said that he preferred Doris, and if the anecdote is correct here, the developer was like, really? You don't think in everything we've done, we've built a better map than Doris? And that's a mentality that I like to have about Origins. Origins was fantastic for Black Ops 2. It was probably the best map at that point in time. However, if you were to go up to a developer and say Origins is their best work, really, Origins is their best work. You mean nothing they did and Black Ops 3 was better than Origins? To me, that's kind of just an insult to the developers of Black Ops 3. I think they have perfected things that they began in Origins. That doesn't take away from how great Origins is. It just elevates how great the Black Ops 3 maps are. I see a lot of people on Reddit and just everywhere say that Origins is the best map of all time, and it genuinely, for some dumb internet reason, it genuinely upsets me, because I think really, all of Black Ops 3, they've done nothing better than it makes zero logical sense to me. You can be nostalgic, you can have your favorite map be Origins, but objectively speaking, Origins is not the best map they've ever created. And of course, we could get into a talk about, subjectively speaking, what is the best map? Is there such a thing as the best map? The developer himself, the lead developer, I guess he was lead developer, Jason Blundell said, there's no such thing as the best zombies map ever. And I am a firm believer in that. People have their different preferences, and I cannot put, and I don't think it's right to put a best on something, at least in terms of a map. But anyway, I wanted to make this video. I wanted it to be long. I wanted to be as cohesive, comprehensive, and as logical as I could make it. I've had good experiences on Origins, however, I've just had better experiences elsewhere with these same mechanics. What they set up in Black Ops 2 Origins, they knocked down in Black Ops 3 and hit it out of the park. Lots of metaphors going on. We're going to cut it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about what I think about Origins? And let me know what you guys think about Origins in the comment section below. Thank you guys once again for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful Zombies morning, I will catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.